Be a flight attendant, they said. It'll be fun, they said. And then summer flying starts and you see what's really going on. Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new vlog. I wanted to get a couple of things out of the way before I get started. My jacket is from Forever 21. It says Lakers on the front. Has this on the back. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm not really into sports like that, really and truly, but back in the day when I was younger, me and me used to always watch Lakers basketball games together. So when I saw this one and it's like the material and stuff, I just figured it was cute, and I love that it has a hood on it. So anyways, a couple of things. I will be posting that tea video that I promised you guys, the review and everything for my Teamy products. I'm actually going to be giving these 2 bags of the colon tea away, but I just haven't recorded the main channel sit down vlog because I had forgotten my tumbler at home. So that will be coming soon, as well as the review for the review for the toiletry bags I said I was going to do. The reason why those were delayed as well was because the company is going to actually send me a couple so that I can give them away to you guys. So that will be coming very soon, and let's just go ahead and get into this video. It's going to be about summer flying. This is a topic for people, especially flight attendants. You guys know the deal. You all know how stressful and how crazy summer flying can be. And even though technically it starts in June, and it's June, July, August, really and truly I feel like summer flying starts more around spring breakish time. So towards the end of March, mid-April, I feel like summer flying has already started for me. Last month I flew over 100 hours, which I don't normally do. So I do, in my heart of hearts, feel like summer flying already began for me. I did write down a couple of things to keep in mind in my little tablet. I got this from Velvet when I went to one of our events, and I just figured this would be a good place to keep all my notes and stuff for vlogs. So with summer flying, as a junior flight attendant, you usually, not always, but usually are required to fly more hours. So because flying picks up during the summer months, June, July, August, a lot more flights that aren't normally going from one place to the other. It picks up because people are traveling, people are off for the summer, people, well, especially kids, have their summer breaks, their summer holidays, and foreigners are on holiday for months. So this is the busiest time of flying for the year. In comparison to all year long, even holiday season, summer flying is usually the busiest. So with that, more hours, more flights, which means more flight attendants flying more. Sometimes, depending on where you're based at, summer flying can be a lot more calmer than others. I'm based in Atlanta, so summer flying is going to be insane. We actually just had a thunderstorm hit our base, literally hit the base, not the building, but outside of the base, on the tarmac the other week, and everyone who was on call for 8 days, people at other bases, were being affected by. So with summer flying, that means that there's just a lot of craziness that happens. Everything's happening at once, and it can affect every person. I was actually coming back from Universal Studios, and the people that I was flying with, the flight attendants actually working the flight, were being worked into their off day, and they were New York based, and so it just can be so hectic and so insane with the weather, especially because of the thunderstorms, and I don't know everything about the clouds and all of that goes into effect with it, but a lot of times thunderstorms and weather messes everything up, and it affects so much, and it's this big like domino effect as far as people on cargo loading bags, people being on the tarmac, the ramp people guiding the flight in, the flight attendants that might have been stuck somewhere, people in the air that are flying that have to circle until it's time to land. There's so many different aspects of it, and it just can cause all these delays. So the number one thing I would say with summer flying, especially for junior flight attendants, is being really patient. It's going to be hectic, and it can really try you. I feel like out of every month I've flown, June, July, August, and probably December have been the months that have been the most like high maintenance and high stressful. High stressful, I don't know if that's a proper term. But with that being said, it's just something that you do have to take into consideration with this job. With our particular company, people that might not have on-call days for the year might have them in the summertime, and that can be kind of stressful for people that aren't used to being on call, then have to go back on for the summer months. But we need to cover every single trip that is offered during the year. So we have to have flight attendants, obviously. You have to have minimum crew for each one of those trips. You have to have people that have their legal rest for each one of those trips. And it can be all the flight attendants are there, we're ready to go, we're on the plane, and we get there and we don't have pilots. And the pilots as well have to have their legal rest. They have to be ready for their duty day, and we can't exceed certain time periods. So there has been situations in the summer especially where I've gotten to the plane, I'm ready to go, and we don't have pilots because they're circling in the air trying to bring in another plane and get to base or get wherever we are and then take that plane out. And with us, we're a lot more flexible because we can work every single aircraft that we're qualified on. With them, they fly particular aircrafts. So sometimes that can be constraint with working that flight because we might be ready to go and we still have to wait. It's a lot of hurry up and wait in the summer, I'm not even gonna lie. With that video that I posted about being bored, having books to read and Netflix and people to check in on and some kind of hobby, because you really might, and there's a very high chance you might get stuck in an airport somewhere and not have any ability to do anything. And really, it's nothing that you can do. There are certain things that just kind of come to a standstill, and it's no way for us to get out there and fix that plane ourselves. It's no way for us to control the weather at all. So you really do need to be patient. You really do need to be flexible when it comes to summer flying, because it can try every drop of your patience. And I think sometimes too, people, especially passengers, forget that we're people as well, and we have bad days, and we might be stressed out, and we might be frustrated, and we've been up since 3 o'clock that morning, and they don't know that. They just expect us to come on the plane and give and give and give, and they don't know everything that's been taken into consideration and everything that's going on behind the scenes. And it can be just a little frustrating because I have had situations where people are asking me for things and they're not on the plane for me to give to them, and it might not even be something that's really required. They just assume, you know, this is what I want, you need to give it to me now. And you really do have to do more damage control than anything as a flight attendant, because once they get on the plane, they're yours for that time once we take off to when we touch down. And everything that happened in the terminal with the gate agent and with the stressful part of traveling is now on your shoulders to kind of cool down the situation and try to do damage control and make sure that that customer is somewhat satisfied. And you can't help everyone, you can't please everyone, so it's important not to take things personal, because ultimately if someone is in your face, if someone is frustrated, they're not really yelling at you as a person unless you've done something to them that was personal, but they're really yelling at your uniform and at the company you work for. So I don't take things personally on flights, because a lot of times it's like, I asked for a blanket, you guys don't have any blankets. So I asked for a cup of water, you forgot to bring it to me, that type of thing. They're not really like big issues. They're just when you have hundreds of people sitting in a little tube and 16 different people are asking you for 16 different things, sometimes you do forget, sometimes you do skip someone, and we're all people, we're humans, so you know, it's an accident, but ultimately there is you're pulled in a lot of different directions. So with summer flying, do take that into consideration. With the weather, it is a lot more turbulent during summer flying. I personally love roller coasters and turbulence, so it doesn't bother me, but do once again take that into consideration as well, because some people don't deal well with it. And I don't get motion sick, I don't have any problem with like, I love the turbulence, because a lot of times that means we can pull the carts out. I have been flying lead a lot more on my trips recently towards the last 2 months, just because I am saving up for a vehicle. So I have been up front, and a lot of times the flow is a lot easier up there, and the turbulence isn't as bad as in the back of the plane. So that is another thing with summer flying to think about. And that's all I really got for this video. If you guys have any questions or anything that you would like to ask, or video suggestions for the month of May and for June, just let me know in the description box, and I will see you guys in my next one. Oh, I forgot to say, everything will be linked in the description box as far as all of my social media. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit the bell so that you can get the notification as soon as I post videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!